There's only one word to describe this epic dish.
Chimichanga! It's basically a burrito, but deep fried to perfection.
Yeah, and it's stuffed with savory ground beef, refried beans, and melty, gooey cheese.
Oh, you had me at gooey cheese.
I know, I always do. This is Wesley's favorite dish of all time.
I love
And I'm so excited to be doing it because
yes.
it is really good. So let's go. We're going to make this amazing meat mixture, and it's basically taco meat. So we've got I've got a tablespoon of olive oil that I've heated over medium heat in my nice large skillet, and I'm just going to cook this until it gets nice and soft, which is about 4 to 5 minutes.
Wait, can we talk about though my first experience with the chimichanga?
Yes, let's talk about it.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Because that's the chimichanga capital of the world, right?
And it was at this restaurant called Chi-Chi's. I don't know if Chi-Chi's exists anymore.
I don't know.
But it was basically almost I think it was my first experience at a Tex-Mex restaurant. And
It changed your life?
It did.
I probably, if I had a chimichanga in Sioux Falls, South Dakota,
Yeah.
it'd probably change a lot of people's
I
lives.
think that's why I married a Texan.
It's funny though, because I don't ever order chimichangas. I don't know. I always go for tacos or enchiladas or something like
Never.
that. He always orders
Always.
a chimichanga. I think because it's just the size of a bus.
Yeah.
And you like it, but they are really good. Anyway, all right, we're going to continue
Totally.
cooking this until it cooks down for now, like another minute. Okay, so now that's nice and soft. So now I've got 3 cloves of garlic that I've minced that I'm going to add to the party, and we're just going to cook that till it gets nice and aromatic. Oh, thank you. Don't let anything go to waste. So this is going to go for about 30 seconds. Over here, we've got a pound of good old ground beef. I like to go with 85% lean just because you want a little fat flavor
Yeah,
in
you
there.
need some fat.
Yeah, just, but we're going to drain most of it off. But anyway, okay, you want to dump that in for me?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, as always, Wesley said, he married a Texan to make this, and it is definitely something you find on many Tex-Mex menus.
Oh,
But
sure,
as always, whenever we're doing a dish, before we start to talk to you guys, I try to do a little research and just find out like the origins. And it looks like the chimichanga was actually originated in Arizona, in Phoenix, I believe. I know, and there's some debate over who actually did it. But it seemed like on both of them, it was like so many great dishes. It was an accident. I think kind of like the intention was to create a burrito or something, and somehow or another it fell into the oil or something. And then they're like, well, hey, it's pretty tasty.
So it's Arizona Mex?
Yeah, Arizona Mex.
Arizona
Mex.
Airy Mex.
Which is, hey, I'll eat it. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to cook.
But the Tex-Mex stole it.
That's what we do. Anyway, we're going to continue to cook this until this is no longer pink, and then we are going to season it up. Okay, so now this is nicely cooked. So like I said before, I don't want all of that. It's going to render some grease. There's some flavor there, but I don't need all of that in here. So I just tilt my skillet to the side, get a big old spoon, and then just drain out most of it. Leave a little bit, like a tablespoon.
Yeah, come on.
There's flavor there, baby. So all right.
This is your taco seasoning.
This is what when I'm making my Tex-Mex tacos. This is what I make, and we love it. I've been making it for so long.
So good.
So here's the combination of seasonings. We've got two tablespoons of chili powder. Go with good quality chili powder. And then I've got some ground cumin. I've got some smoked paprika. I've got some oregano, and I've got a little bit of cayenne. So that was 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and then a teaspoon of everything else except a half a teaspoon of cayenne, unless you like it really spicy and you can add more cayenne. Then we're going to do some onion powder and some garlic powder. That's a teaspoon each. We need a little salt, so I'm going to do a teaspoon of good old kosher salt. I'm going to do about a half teaspoon of black pepper. The smell is already that classic smell that we love so much. This is, of course, we all use those packets. I mean, who doesn't? They're good.
Yeah.
They are highly loaded in sodium, but they're fine. In a pinch, you could do that. But this is all pantry-ready stuff. You could do this, no problem. So now we need to add a little bit of a thickener, a little bit of a, what's this make? Yes, it will. So we're gonna add some liquid here in a moment, and this is just gonna kind of help it to sort of like
so good.
Doesn't it smell good?
Can we talk about the Ro-tel that we're going to use?
Let's do.
This This little can has brought so much pleasure to our lives. Friday night's Ro-tel dip, which is basically a can of this and Velveeta cheese.
You all know it. I mean, I grew up on it. It was I instead of baby food, my mom gave me.
It's so good though,
and it's so widely popular now. You can find it really across the states. But if you can't, it's chopped tomatoes with green chilies. There are other brands that do it. And if you can't find that, don't worry about it. Just do diced tomatoes.
Friday night movie nights, right.
Okay,
all right, you ready
we're going to do a half a can. We're going to save the other half a can for dip.
Yes.
But anyway, that's good. Yeah, just eyeball it. There's no problem in eyeballing it. Now we've got a cup of good quality beef stock or beef broth, and now we're just. It already looks so good and so flavorful. It's so much better than the packaged stuff.
Totally.
But I'm not going to knock it.
Don't knock
that because we use it all the time. Anyway, we're going to let this cook and simmer till most of the liquid is evaporated. You don't want to cook it too long because you want your taco meat or your meat that's going to go in your chimichanga to be good and wet, good and moist. So, but anyway, we're going to let this cook, and it's going to cook down for probably about 15 minutes. Okay, it is chimichanga time.
It is.
So we cooked that meat until it stayed nice and moist, but not dried out, and then we transferred it into a bowl.
Look at that! I could eat that right there.
I know, it's so tempting. And then we've got you want to get the big old grande burrito-size tortillas, or you can make them yourself. But these are the jumbo size. That's why Wesley loves them, because
I
they're so big.
love it, the jumbo.
And then this, you're going to want. Not everyone puts refried beans in their chimichanga, but we think it adds.
We do.
And that's our homemade refried beans. I've got the recipe. I've got the link. So while he's building them, I'll just talk about that a little bit.
He is building the chimichanga.
Build it, and they will come.
A nice layer.
If you're going to do this, I would recommend either making these from scratch. You can do that in advance. You can use the canned, but if you're going to go to the effort of making your own homemade chimichanga, then at least if you don't want to make the refried beans, go check out your local Tex-MEX or Mexican restaurant. And buy like a pint of it. They'll sell it to you. It's really good. In a pinch, of course, you could do canned.
There we go.
But anyway, did I say that you want to soften up the tortillas to make them nice and pliable? So just put them in some paper towels like this. You could even dampen the paper towel a little bit, and then stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds to a minute. This makes, oh wow, you're making a nice healthy one.
I'm stuffing this one, y'all.
This is going to be a big boy. So now you've got the beans.
The beans I put on the meat. Now I got some cheese here. And I'm not going to overdo it with the cheese.
Well, why not?
I know. Well,
So now you've done. You put that in the lower half of one half.
Yes.
So,
all right. So I'm going to bring this over.
Here comes the technique, folks.
There we go. I'm going to bring it in. There you go. Tuck it a little bit, and then I'm going to bring this over like this. Yes. There we go. Bring this one over here like this. Oh, this one's big, Chris. That's all right. That's okay. And then I would
expect nothing less.
I'm going to roll it, guys. Roll it up. And my hands are clean, obviously.
Yeah.
And there you go, guys. Look at that.
So we've got a nice, I've got my large 12-inch cast iron skillet that I have filled about halfway up. You want it to have at least an inch of oil in there. We're not going to completely submerge these in oil, not yet.
Do I want to do one at a time? Or we'll put this one in
Go
there.
ahead. No, let's do them two at a time.
All right.
Anyway, so that I've got this heated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, not any more or lower, because that'll cook it just perfectly. All right, you make that, and then we're going to fry these together.
Yes.
Okay,
all right.
That's beautiful.
So now, tuck and roll.
This recipe will make about 6 probably of Wesley's jumbo-sized chimichangas. But we're going to very, very carefully place this in seam side down. Be really careful when you do that. A lot of folks will put a toothpick in just to secure it. Nothing wrong with that.
This kind of seals it when you put it seam side down.
Yeah, if you're doing it this way. If you were going to do it in a deep fryer where it's completely submerged, then I would definitely recommend toothpicking it secure. So this doesn't take long. It's just, you're frying up a tortilla. So
yeah, you let it sit there for a second, then turn it over.
And then turn her over until it's nice and golden brown, and then we're going to finish them off.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those chimichangas. Oh my gosh.
It's chimichanga. Oh, not yet. Not yet.
It's getting close. So we let these cook, and they don't take long. You know, just keep an eye on your oil. Be very careful. I use both a metal spatula and my tongs to kind of help turn it over. And you also want to just keep an eye on that seam. It may want to start to pull away a little bit. That's why these tongs come in handy.
Yeah.
And you can just help hold it in place. So then when it's nice golden brown like that, just very carefully take it out of the oil, place it on some paper towels just to drain for a moment. Now
we're going to finish these off.
We can't leave good. Some people will be like, well, it's ready to eat now, which it is. But we like to top it with whatever your favorite sauce is. Our favorite sauce, Wesley's favorite, and mine too.
And I'm getting messy with this sauce.
It's a ranchero sauce. It's so good. It's tomatoes, a little chipotle, smoky. It's simmered to perfection and pureed.
Yeah.
It's really good in Huevos, Rancheros, the name ranchero sauce. You could also use a chili con carne. It's what we use to smother our burritos with.
Look at that, you guys.
That's amazing. And I've got my oven preheated to 425, nice and hot. We're just going to finish these off, putting a little bit of like finely shredded cheddar on there, just not a whole bunch. Just this is the way you get it in your favorite
TEX-MEX restaurant,
or down there,
or Arizona.
And this doesn't take long at all. It's just you want that topping to get nice and melty. Do this right after it comes out of the oil, so it's good and hot.
Yeah.
And then it's time to eat.
Yes.
Chimichanga. Okay.
Now it's chimichanga time.
It is chimichangas. I love saying that. It's chimichanga time.
Oh.
So you just let this go until just that cheese just starts to get a little melted.
Wonderful.
It's so festive and so much fun. All right, I'm going to give you this really pretty looking one.
Thank you.
Oh, it's nice and steamy.
Yes. Bring it in. There we go.
There you go.
Oh.
Right, I'm going to get mine real quick.
Got it? All
Okay.
right.
So now what we like to do, can I do the honors?
Oh, sure. Yes.
So now this is we got some Mexican crema that we put into our little fancy little thing here. Just sour cream is fine. But you know, we're always liking to make things look pretty.
Yeah.
Just gonna do a little bit of that.
There we go.
Nice, nice. And then we got a little pico de gallo.
Yes, I like just a little on top just to make it all pretty.
You could also just top this with salsa. You could top it with queso is a nice touch. I think some little topping is a nice little addition to your flavor sensation.
That is gorgeous.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I keep wanting to say this is Tex-Mex at its best, but I don't want to offend our Arizonians. Okay.
All right, I'm going to try and cut this so that people can see. Watch out, Chris.
Okay, I know. Go. It's a wide berth.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. That filling.
I want to just.
Oh yeah. You stuffed them good.
Oh, okay, it is. All right, it is on like Donkey Kong. Okay. Oh yeah, this is how you know it's a good chimichanga. It just gets messy.
It's not meant to be like beautifully, but it is beautiful. I'm so excited to eat this. I'm starving.
I am too. I am too.
Oh, so cheesy. It's a deep fried burrito. I mean, it's amazing. I started working on this a while ago because Wesley was like, I want chimichanga. And I was like, all right, I gotta, and now I get it. I'm like, okay, now I understand why you order it every time.
Here comes the dogs wanting a chimichanga. Wow, you guys. All right, I'm gonna shovel this in my mouth.
That that ranchero sauce on top really adds a layer of flavor.
Oh, it adds a little smokiness to it. The smoky.
You said the other day when I got this, you said it takes that chimichanga to the next level.
All right.
Yeah. The homemade refried beans.
And when I say next level, this is. I said I wasn't going to do this anymore, but I think it's 500,000% Loon approved.
That's a record. That is a record. Well, if anyone would do it, it would be the chimichanga. You guys, it's so much fun. The kids would love this. The family, friends. It's great for parties, for watching a football game.
Put some beans and Mexican rice next to that.
It is a party waiting to be had. All right, we love you guys. Make chimichangas and you'll be forever happy.
Yes, chimichanga away.